maybe the NBA isn't coming back after all. Kyrie Irving is starting a bit of an uprising against the NBA return. He hosted a call with about 80 players where they could voice their concerns about returning to play. Issues include health and safety regarding COVID, and probably the more pressing issue, creating a distraction from the Black Lives Matter movement. Kyrie doesn't support returning to play in Orlando because he doesn't support the systemic racism and the BS. He also said, "I'm willing to give up everything I have for social reform." LeBron is in favor of the NBA returning and believes that playing won't impact his ability to make a positive impact on society. I absolutely agree with LeBron on this. Is it for selfish reasons? Yes. I'm a basketball fan and I want to watch basketball games again. I'm a Laker fan and I want them to win a championship this year after they worked so hard this season. Does LeBron have more incentive for the NBA to resume because he's in a position to win a championship? Yes. But does Kyrie have less incentive because he and KD are injured and have pretty much zero chance of winning this season? Hell yeah! If LeBron says he's still able to aid the Black Lives Matter movement while playing basketball, I believe him. He can actually back up his statement with his actions. LeBron has probably done more for the black community than any other current NBA player. He has helped his local community. He has opened up clubs and schools. He was speaking on racial injustices long before these more recent events, all while playing basketball. He most recently started More Than a Vote, which is an organization aimed at protecting black voter rights. Basketball has never hindered LeBron from helping out his community. Kyrie claims he's willing to give up everything, but we've seen nothing from his past actions to back that up. He has been one of the most selfish superstars we've seen in recent history. Honestly, I think I would have more sympathy towards this anti-NBA movement if it wasn't being spearheaded by this flat earther. He has been a cancer to every team he's been on. His teammates don't like him, and the only time he was successful was when he was playing with LeBron. He thinks he's some kind of enlightened genius, and you can tell by how he condescendingly talks to people. At this point, I feel like he's just being contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Kyrie got his money. He got paid. He'll be fine if the season is cancelled. But what about all the other players? Those who are fighting for the next contract? Kyrie is making some bold claims, but he's done nothing to back it up. Dwight Howard and Avery Bradley were part of the call, and Dwight Howard put out a statement admitting that he agrees with Kyrie and thinks that basketball would be a distraction. The only quote we got from Bradley was him saying, "Play chess, not checkers," which could mean anything. He could be either for or against coming back. It would be a huge blow for the Lakers if either Dwight or Bradley decided to sit out the rest of the season. Dwight provided that energy and hustle off the bench. Avery Bradley was huge on defense, being that pest that would annoy the other team's guards. But if they or any other player feels like they would make more of an impact on their community by not playing, then they should do so. Also, if they feel unsafe with their health, then they should sit out. Dwight lost the mother of his son due to complications from COVID. I don't think any sane Laker fan would hold it against him if he sat out. They should do what they believe is right. But the financial incentives are just too big to ignore. Canceling the season would have severe effects, not just for this season, but for future seasons. The NBA has already lost a significant amount of money, and the owners will not hesitate to save their own pockets and put people out of work. If the season doesn't return, the current CBA will be null and void and will have to be restructured, and it will happen in a way that will cause players to lose money. And it's not just the players, it's the coaches, staff, reporters, broadcasters, other employees that help put the NBA together. Are you really helping the black community by taking money and jobs away from the black community? The NBA will only be a distraction if you allow it to be a distraction. If someone wants to be distracted, all they have to do is flip the channel covering the protests, not watch the news, skip the posts regarding Black Lives Matter. Those who want to be distracted will be distracted. If the protests remain peaceful like we all hope they do, the media is just going to move on to something else because peace is boring. It's not newsworthy. It's no longer trending. And that just speaks to the messed up world we live in, that human rights has to be a trend. But would you tell a musician to stop making music because it will distract from the movement? No, because they can use their music, their jobs, to further the movement, as we've seen many musicians do. People returning to their jobs, to their careers, will not be a distraction unless they allow it to be. To quote Dave Chappelle, "The streets are speaking for themselves. They don't need me right now." So let the streets speak for themselves. Let them handle their business, and you handle your business. If the NBA resumes, this will provide a much better platform to push the Black Lives Matter movement. All these players have the platform and influence they have because of basketball. If the season resumes, you have the attention of every desperate, basketball-hungry NBA fan. We will have no choice but to hear your message. You can wear shirts with the message, you can bring signs, you can let your voices and concerns be heard during interviews. The NBA has been progressive in allowing players to express their views on political issues. I do not doubt that the league will allow players to speak their mind, especially if the alternative is having no season at all. I think the season will return. It just makes too much sense for everyone. But the vibe I'm getting from those opposed to its return is that they are viewing those who want to return as traitors. I hope that won't be the case when the season resumes. Yes, players like LeBron and other contenders have extra motivation to return to play, but just because they care about their success and achievements in their careers doesn't mean they don't care about the success of their community.